My name's Jakes and welcome to my world. Today we are in the Spire Coast and we'll be taking 4,320 aqua per minute and converting it into 4,320 package H2O. All of this in preparation for creating a massive diluted fuel power station right here in the Spire Coast. Right, so that's our water packaging plant. Right, let me show you guys the plan I've got here. So we're at my outpost here. I showed in one of my blueprint showcase videos. I showed exactly how to build this. This entire thing without decoration took me about, I don't know, 4 minutes to build using the blueprints. But yeah, anyways, I'm quickly going to show you guys this. So this is for all my stage 4 planning, at least initially. Alright, so this is the grand overview. This is everything we need to complete phase 4 for project assembly. So assembly director systems 500, magnetic field generators 500, thermal propulsion rockets 250, and nuclear pasta 100. For everything in the Spire Coast, it's pretty much going to be focused around getting to this point here, which is the assembly director system. We're going to try and do 6 a minute, which means for each major components, we're going to need adapter controllers 12 and supercomputers 6. So that's our initial goal for this stage of project assembly phase 4. We'll get to all of these ones in due time. Let's get down to some finer planning. This is just the overall view of exactly what's going to be happening. All right, so we need to get to this section right here, stage 1 planning. So this is project assembly phase 4 stage 1. Alright, phase 4 stage 1. The biggest hurdle we currently have is power generation. To be able to produce enough power for everything that we're going to need, we're going to need to be able to build 216 fuel generators. So that's a hefty amount, but the expected power output is going to be 54 gigawatts. Obviously today we are focusing on packaged water, which we need for our diluted fuel recipe. Alright, so I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, rocket fuel is better, but yeah, I don't have rocket fuel unlocked, so it's not better. For me, diluted fuel is better because the alternative is standard fuel. But diluted fuel is going to give us a lot of fuel, which means we can put out a lot of generators and generate the power we need to be able to continue on to stage 2. Alright, so just a little bit more for breakdown here. Diluted fuel production requirements, water, and empty canisters. So this is going to be needed at the rate of 4,320, which is not insignificant. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So let me go show you the factory, and we're going to have a little tour of this one. Before we go any further, just a quick note on the future format of my videos. So it's going to be broken up into essentially 3 parts. The first part is going to be a cinematic walkthrough and a showcase of any kind of factory that I've built or any significant structure or additions made to the world. So this is very similar to the kind of videos that you guys have seen on the channel lately. So it's going to be a slightly shorter format. The second form is going to be build guide video of exactly those factories and how I've done certain parts of it, and I'll go into more detail for those who want to know certain elements of the build, and I can elaborate a bit more on those videos. So that's going to be a bit more of a long form one. And then the third part is going to be a showcase video for blueprints. So when I design an interesting blueprint that I think is worthwhile, I'll make a video on exactly how to use it, what it entails, and how it will look overall, and we'll give you a good idea of how long it will take, more or less how it's done. And these blueprint videos will be featured as a set of blueprints within my Patreon, but I'll also show you how I do it so you can do it yourself. Or if you want the convenience of it, you can just join my Patreon, you can grab the blueprints from there. But yeah, let's continue. Alright guys, let me show you around. So this factory is currently on standby. It's just waiting for plastic and for all the other factories needed to be able to do what it needs to do. But anyway, so what I was planning to do is to use vehicles to transport both the canisters to this point and then the packaged water from this point. So the packaged water will go to refineries, which will then turn the heavy oil residue into fuel and blah 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 blah, and then at some point the packaged water goes into a refinery. I believe it's into a refinery, and then it spits out a canister. So in order for us to be able to continue the cycle, we need to produce a certain amount of canisters. I believe it's 4,320 exactly. Yeah. Obviously we'll do excess, and then the canisters are going to go into these 4 points. So the canister trucks, and they will do only canisters just to avoid some cross-contamination of items. The trucks will go in here, they'll drop off the canisters, and then these ones at least will go around the back side, and they'll go through here. Oh, that's a little exciting. And they'll exit and then head towards where the canisters are being dropped off again, and then pick them up. So the empty, or the other trucks for the packaged water, which will be empty at this point, will come in here. They'll pick up these canisters or these packaged water, and then take it to the refineries where it will be turned into diluted fuel along with the fuel productions. Alright, so once we're in here, this is going to be 18. It's going to be 18 on this floor, packages, and then another 18 on this floor, just going all around in a circle, and then whoops, we've got another 12 up here, just to round out the 48 needed. So actually let me show you the control room first, and then we'll step outside again. So this is our control room. So these canisters here are just for display purposes. It's just to kind of show the product that we will be doing. And then similar to that over there, we've got like this little computer just kind of telling us exactly what this plant is supposed to do. Anyways, so just a couple of little display things here to show us basically what's happening here. I can actually, let me quickly do another one here, because I think we could, if another one's going to be able to squeeze in here. That's actually a little tight. So all I do is got a gradient on there. Let's get these colors in, and let's do an oil extractor just to kind of show the process a bit further. The color swatches here, if you're interested, is just black, and then that blue there. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of nice. Just a little something to spice up the office. Alright, so moving on. The original design was, well, I actually didn't have a particular design in mind. I just went with a circular floor, and then just kind of worked from there, and just make sure the amount of packages that we need can actually fit in the circle. So all the water is coming through this pipes here. We've got 8 pipes in total, being pushed up to the floors above, and they've got their pumps right over there. And this water is just coming from all of those water extractors right there. And they're going to push it right through here and then chuck it upstairs. This is just a copper pipe, and I just removed the attachments to the wall and just kind of like sunk it into the wall a little bit to give us this nice kind of like framing effect. And it just breaks up the harsh black and white a little bit and just give it like a hint of color, along with those little vents up there as well. I'll show you the roof quickly. And just to kind of cover up the overlapping and there's no real Z-fighting here, but just to make this look a little bit more interesting, I added these pillars in here. And one of the reasons was because I had a little gap here that I had to figure out what to do with, and I thought, oh well, I'll do this and then make this a feature of the roof, and it actually makes it so much better. Anyways, so yeah, this little glass section here was a bit of a pain to do, because I couldn't just place them on top of this foundation and zoom them up, because you can see there's a little gap in between each of them, because I had to expand the original circle to accommodate everything in the building. And what I did was I actually just used a pillar and just took this out onto a point somewhere on here, and once I place it, I just grab the window, put it on top here, and just make sure it starts on that edge, soup that up, and then you can remove this one and you can place another one, and just kept kind of like extending the window around, which means that if you do like a really big circle build and you don't want to get limited to just sticking to the outer edge of these or the outer edge of the circle to be limited to 8 meter or 4 meter foundations so that your windows fit in nicely, this is a technique that you can do, and I'll show this in the build guide. I'll go into more detail there, but yeah, just to show you guys what I did there. So there's also the lights in here. I'll add this to my Discord. That's a nice little blueprint I made recently, just to give me a couple of options when it comes to lights. And it's just a bunch of pillars just wrapped around the light and just giving it a nice little shape. Right, so yeah, there isn't really much to this build besides what I've just shown you guys. The thing though is, so this road is going to be the access road for all the trucks, and then obviously all the trucks will be exiting here, and I still have to decide exactly where I'm going to put everything. So that's going to be the next episode. It's going to be, I think probably the plastic side of this build. Well, that's it for this video. If you made it this far, you're awesome. Thank you. And then to my supporters, I'd just like to give them a shout out again. All my patrons, you guys are equally awesome, and thank you for your continuous support. Your support is what allows me to do what I do. Anyways, everybody, have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.